Hello, retail traders. This is a sneaky snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And right now we're going to talk about the watch list. Whoops, let me get that back up here. The watch list that we created last week that we called the Tony and Jim, and where you're going to be using the 20-day 1 hour time frame as a resistance level. Now, we did call the support level out on this last week, and we did have a nice little bounce up and did hit our resistance level of the 200 SMA, and that's Apple. So I do believe we will break that 200 SMA, and if we do, we can run this probably up a lot higher to at least the 178 level, somewhere right around this area right in here, 177.93. It has to break the 200 resistance. And that is a hard resistance area, so it's bound to break it. And the actual resistance, I think, would be probably this double top, somewhere right around 174.20. And that is a gap, so yeah, that can be done. And we build support above that 200. It's an easy ride to 177 this week. If not, we'll pull back and find a double bottom down here off this shoulder line. It could be a double bottom right around 168 for a very strong buy and run it to the 200 again and break it. But this might be the time to break. We're going to see this week. Apple. SPY had a great week. We did kind of pull back on Monday, and then that gave us a good opportunity to take the trade, run it up to a double top, and now we're back at support. So we're definitely at where we started. We're going to see if this thing wants to pull back to my support level of 506. I think I nailed that number right there the last time we were in here from this previous high. So I think we're going to see what happens. I think we're still in the middle of consolidation. We could get more of a drop, but yet we could consolidate and create that box, that sideways box. Tesla, we called it also. It definitely dipped down lower last week to our lower support. And if you pull this up on the weekly time frame, you'll see it's off of a head and shoulders. You got your left shoulder right here and your right shoulder, and that'd be a triple bottom support at 163.30. So we're going to see if that holds or not. That's a very strong support. It is, but it can pull back to this wick and find stronger support right around 153. Let me go ahead and draw that trend line in there just to have it on here. In fact, I'm going to bring it to the body of this candle. 154 area. And that's Tesla. AMD, we called this one out Friday. It had a nice little run. Beautiful run last week. This is the weekly time frame. Let's get back to that 20-day 1 hour. That's the one we're using. Nice little pullback, and then Friday she bounced up off that support level that we called at 183.90. So that's a nice little pivot point area. It could gain respect, but right now we're bearish as long as we stay below the 200. That is your resistance on the 1 hour time frame. QQQ also had a little pullback last week. Had a nice little bounce off Monday, ran up. Now she's pulled back to a new support, lost support, the triple bottom. Now it's had a new support, so this one, I don't know. It's bearish. 200 is going to be the resistance, the 63, and we could fall some more and then start to have a nice little bounce back up and down. Amazon. Nice little run last week, real good call, and then she went ahead and pulled back on Friday. We called this out in the room. I'd keep a good eye on it. We did create a symmetrical flag. It's going to squeeze. It either squeeze to a double bottom and run back up, hit the 200 on the 1 hour time frame, and then try to break that. If not, she'll create new lows. So yeah, still in correction mode. We got NVIDIA. It pulled back and hit the 200 just as planned. Smack up Friday, we called it out. She run up a little bit. I still think it's going to squeeze. We are creating a symmetrical flag here on the video. It is going to still staying bullish above the 200 on the 1 hour. But if it doesn't hold the 200, your next support level is every bit of what? What is this? 850? 824, and 806. Actually, this here could be a support level. 836. So we're getting there. It's squeeze. Go up here and hit the 1, 2, 3, or it comes back down and fails the 1, 2, 3. We haven't quite hit the 1, 2, 3 down here yet either. So it could come down and hit the 200 and might be a nice little day trade if we hit that in the morning on the 1 hour. Now, IWM, also nice little correction on Thursday. We're going to give this a 3-day rule, see if it holds, and run it back up to the 200 on the 1 hour. Google, in the bottom of the channel on Friday, it bounced up. We called that one out. Kind of consolidating. Also, we have Microsoft had a hard sell-off on Friday. I love it when stuff like this happens. Real hard sell-off. We'll see if it wants to touch the 200, but that's kind of a pivot point area, a double bottom. We could have a triple bottom, a 1, 2, 3, and hold support. Let me see here. That's off. We got to redo that. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it a support there. I'll set an alert there just in case. We come back down and hit that one more time, but we can't come down and hit the 200 and bounce off that 200 and be the trade. I think that's what I'd rather look for. See if it come down and hit this other support level right here. Even go below the 200 some. But somewhere in here. I'm going to put an alert right above the 200 also. This is Microsoft. Pretty good little sell-off. I think if we get one more, we can get a nice little bounce up. So I'll keep this one on good watch. We got Meta. Meta also kind of sloppy last week. If it doesn't hold the 480.16, which I'm going to raise it up just a little bit because I think I'm off on that candle. In fact, oh man, I tell you what, that looked real good Friday. Right there. It's not much of a change. 480.73. That'd be the low support. If that doesn't hold, it'd be a good. We've got a gap right here. Maybe that's what it is. Let's call it to pull back to the top of that gap. 478.90. Here, I got some tea. So Meta, man, if we get a hard sell-off, I'm going to keep it on watch. I'm not that quite bullish on this thing yet because we're bearish for one. But we are at a pivot point area, a little support area, where we could bounce up and break it, hit the 63 or the 200, and come back down again. So Meta will be watching close. Right at open Monday. TSM also. Now this is a big time stock, TSM. So we could dip more. We called this last time on the pullback. And it wasn't in here, it was somewhere else. It's down in my support channel. I got 134.41 as a support, and it's bearish as long as we stay under the 200. If we break that, we'll run it up to the shoulder line up here. If not, we'll pull back down here to a double bottom, a triple bottom. We kind of did right here. So I think we I don't know. It's getting ready to squeeze. TSM. We get a sharp little knife and then come right back real fast is what I'm seeing. But I could be wrong. We got a 1, 2, 3 set up here on SMCI off the 200. So we're getting ready to squeeze on it. It's either going to hold that or be a good little drop down here to this next support level. And it's going to be, the low support on that is going to be right around the, right there, right around the 987 area, 988. Boeing just can't stop getting bad news. Now it sold off again after hours. I mean, this is a piece of shit. We're down to my support level that I called Friday. 179.29. It can go lower. I mean, they're not going by the rules. Okay? We could drop this thing all the way down to 170. Have it happen real fast and be a very good strong buy. That'd be your low support. But for right now, you're going to see if you can hold this double bottom here at 180. 179.94. That's that double bottom. If not, we'll go to this next support level right here. Boeing, Netflix, we're getting up here to resistance levels. Now this thing is too damn high also, but yet we've been up here before. $700. They might change the narrative to where, oh man, the movies are great this year. Box office hits. Well, after last year, anything would be better, right? So I don't know. Netflix, I don't watch it much or trade it much, but we did call the bottom on it, and we are up here at resistance levels. It'd be nice to catch it off the 9 if I was looking at the weekly. It'd be stronger and a strong buy if it would wait and bounce off the 63. But that's down at 450, and I don't see that happening real soon. So I'd be looking at the 9 for the possibility of catching up on this one. Mister's another good one. Oh my, talk about Mister. Up $105. Look at that run. Ain't that disgusting? 1,800 I heard, and they hit it. So they got their target, and they probably sold it. You know what I mean? I know what I mean. It's run, okay, $230, 52 weeks ago, all the way to 1,800. Man, damn. I was telling someone, have you ever heard of a trade go up 900%? 900 in a year? Can you imagine how many billionaires made money on this one? I didn't have enough sense to hold it. I was calling it out. I mean, I had my supports down here off the 200, and I said, man, this looks good. And then bam. Yeah, that would have been a good one. Mister. So I don't know. We hit our target. I just got to wait for it to hit the 9 on the daily. Now, if you're looking at the hour, I'd wait for the 200. And that's probably easier to read. Set you an alert above the 200. I got mine set at 1454. This is a pivot point right now. it come down here and hit this area and see what happens. And Lily. Dang it. Here's another one I missed. We called this out last week. She ran up and hit the 200. Perfect trade. Lily. So now we're going to consolidate, see if we break the 200. If that happens, the next resistance to break is right around the 775 area. Right there. Between that and that. 7.5 and 7.8. All the way up to the triple top or the quad top to 786. Now they'll be talking about the fat drug. If we hold 747, we're still bullish, or we come down and do a 1, 2, 3 down here, right around the 720 area. Draw that trend line on the 20-day 1 hour on the body of that candle to the body of this one. Yeah, right there. Perfect. 730. I mean, no lower than that. That's perfect. Double bottom on a 1, 2, 3. Woo! Yeah. Here, we'll get rid of these. I'm going to raise this alert up just a little bit higher because I want to catch this. This is going to be a good trade. Lily right around 737. What's resistance? Of course, the 200, the 200, the 200, the 200, the 200. So that's your pivot point. Break that, we run up. If you don't, we pull back. And we buy the bottom. Okay, that's it. Retail traders, let's have a good week. Be patient. You know, let's let me see here. Tesla. I'm going to show you what Tesla looked like Friday. And what takes to identify a good trade. So you're sitting here, you know. You came back from lunch. And that my time's right around 12 o'clock. So you're out to lunch and you got to be able to go to your computer. And it was right at 12 o'clock. So we're going to put a circle at 12 o'clock. 11, 12:03, 12 o'clock, right there. So I get a knock on the door. Hello, this is Washboardjim, Retail Traders. May I help you? Hey, Jim. Man, I'm just out at lunch break. I haven't even got my sandwich open yet, and I noticed something here on the chart, and I need to ask your opinion. Is it true what I see right here? What do you see, man? I say, well, I see it looks to me like I'm looking at a double bottom with a fallen wedge. And I said, are you serious? So I get to looking at the chart, and I said, damn, you're right. We just now created the pattern, and you've got a confirmation of a double bottom, and we're getting ready to squeeze. Oh, we just broke out. He's going, what? I said, yeah, man, just broke out. We hit that double bottom. We broke out. Now, wait, what? Yeah. You know what we just created? Just created an inverse head and shoulders. Let's let that thing pull back. Now it's time to take the trade. Are you in it? Yeah. I got in right at the right shoulder. Are you serious? Very good job, man. You nailed that right shoulder right there. You got the left shoulder right here. Either one of them would have been a shoulder line. There's your head. And that's when to take that right shoulder. So you got three confirmations. You got the double bottom right here. You got the fallen wedge out of the snake. You got pullback, breakout, pullback, boom, to double top. That's it. That's how you take that trade. And we same thing right here. Got a big snake right here. We got the breakout, pullback, 1, 2, 3, boom. Get out of that trade. Excuse me. But that's just one of many that we called on Friday. This is when I'm best, is when the snake's out. We catch these knives. So keep a good eye on the watch list. I'm going to bring this watch list every week and show you trades that we took off of it. And there's a trade to be made on every one of these tickers. Just got to keep a good eye on it. And that's it. Retail traders. Washboard Jim. We'll catch you later. Adios, amigos.